Howdy folks, I'm Organic Organiscent, outrageously organizing odoriferous ogres.
I'm Amber.
And here are more very smelly ogres for us to organize. It's gross. Very gross. Oh, and folks, we have a live stream coming up today. I've been meaning to mention it, but I posted a link to it earlier this week, so hopefully people saw that.
And if you like spooky books, stick around for tea time for a Black Friday deal.
Yeah. So let's get started. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk If I Let My 17-year-old Daughter Sneak Out? My daughter turns 18 in a couple of months. She came to me and asked if she could have the experience of sneaking out. She told me who she would be with, what she would be doing, and when. I said yes. I did not tell my husband, her stepdad. Well, she didn't put her screen back on the window, and when my husband noticed, he came and talked to me about it. I told him that I gave her permission to sneak out. He wants to punish her. I said no because I gave her permission. He is really upset, and it looks like this is going to be ruining Thanksgiving. She's a good kid, currently has all A's. He has been in her life since she was 5, and we sometimes butt heads about parenting styles. I just wanted to ask, am I the jerk? Update, he's calmed down now. He no longer wants to punish her, but his feelings are hurt. Alright folks, what do you think?
No, I don't think Opie's the jerk. I mean, I think this sounds like a very wholesome thing. Like, daughter wanted the experience of sneaking out without actually sneaking out. And so I think that's a very safe way to do that.
Yeah. I mean, is it really sneaking out if you give someone permission?
Well, no, not at that point. But, I think she wanted to feel like she was getting away with something, but not actually risk anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not making fun of her. I just thought it was really an interesting way of being like, oh, I want to be a rebel, but not actually be a rebel.
Well, yeah. Again, I think it was just something that was just slightly risky,
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like she's a good kid, and I think that maybe stepdad needs to just really appreciate all the things that she's doing right. Like, if this is their biggest issue, is her sneaking out after asking for permission, then, like, it doesn't sound like they have a lot to worry about with her.
No, it doesn't sound like a lot to worry about at all. And I mean, I can understand him feeling a little bit hurt at not knowing, but I guess that's part of the whole sneaking out thing, right?
Well, and OP mentions in the comments that she didn't tell him because he would have put his foot down.
Oh. Why? I mean,
I don't know. It's like
just leaving the house in a different way, right?
Exactly. Like, if you would have given her permission to go hang out with these people anyway, then why does it matter if she climbs through her window to do it?
Yeah. I don't think it matters. Just let her sneak out if she wants. If she feels like she's going to get some kind of experience by leaving the house through a window as opposed to a front door, more power to her, right? I think that's fine. I think it's fun. Whatever. Let me know what you folks think, though. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Nikki Ryan says, not the jerk. I snuck out when I was 16 and did the same thing with forgetting the screen. My parents gave me a small lecture, but finally said, you're going to be an adult soon. If you want to go out all night, then you can do so. Just please tell us so we can call you if there's an emergency. And that was that. Never got in trouble again. Never even wanted to go out late again afterwards. Your kid got straight up permission and is literally almost an adult. You don't punish an adult with childish things like grounding or taking away things. Your partner seems ridiculous for wanting to punish her, a nearly adult, despite literally getting permission. And OP replies, my thought process is that she had permission, so she shouldn't be punished. And Tiger Mum Hippie Chick said, but in another comment, you admit to have punished her. You're the jerk for that one. And OP replies, you're right, I wasn't going to let her friends stay the night, but after my husband has calmed down, he said it was okay, so her friends are going to stay the night. And Andy SM93 says, not the jerk, and what an amazing duo. She wanted a different experience, and she asked for it. The fact that she messed up only shows one thing, that she didn't do it before. She made a mistake that she wouldn't do if it was the first time. I don't feel like you're a jerk for not telling your husband, yes. He's been in her life for like 13 years, and he is a father to her, but it would definitely not be sneaking out if everyone knew. But I also see he has a point. As a father, he is worried about being blindsided and left worrying. But you knew everything that was going to happen, and if your kid asked for permission for this, I'm done enough to believe that she is actually doing just what she said she was going to be doing. Once he discovered, you explained the situation, so I don't think that there's a reason for any drama. It's just a small scare. I've done worse. And OP replies, he says that I'm a liar because I didn't tell him. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Today I messed up by dropping off my dog at my kid's school. Obligatory, this was actually yesterday, but you get the idea. So I have a 16-year-old dog, a 10-year-old daughter, a 6-year-old son, and a 4-year-old son. My task list this morning is to drop off the youngest at daycare, drop off the middle child at elementary school, and drop off the oldest at middle school, drop off the dog at senior doggy daycare, pick up coffee for myself and my wife, and return home with coffee. I did. I dropped off the youngest at daycare. I dropped off the middle child at elementary school, and I dropped off the oldest at middle school. I picked up the coffee for myself and my wife, and I returned home with coffee. Now, the discerning reader will note that my task list has 6 items, but my executed task list has 5 items. However, the engineer in me would say that I successfully completed the story, since the definition of done was return home with an empty car and 2 coffees. My wife is a product manager, and she tells me this is stupid, but what in the world do product managers know, right? Anyways, it turns out the middle child took the dog with him when he left the car. I was taking the older daughter, and I didn't notice. Once I dropped her off, the car was empty, so I went to get coffee. Again, in my defense, okay, I have no defense. I totally spaced out, and it's completely my fault. Hence, I'm posting on Today I Messed Up. The worst part was showing up at doggy daycare in the afternoon to pick up the dog and having them say, "What dog? You didn't drop her off today." I nearly had an anxiety attack on the spot, but that's also when I checked my voicemail, so it worked out pretty quickly. Anyways, the dog spent the day at my kid at his school. They did in fact try to call me once, maybe twice, but according to the story, I told my wife it was only once. But I was on a call, so I didn't notice. It was a small private school, so things went okay, and my kid's class was highly entertained. The dog loves kids and treats and got plenty of both, so she was fine. In fact, even sent her home with a daily report card, which I found entertaining. For the record, she did well in reading, but not so well in math, and does in fact play well with others. Alright folks, what do you think of this story?
I think it's really cute. I'm glad that they make the little report card and everything. That just makes a story right there.
Yeah, I think this is just the cutest story, and I'm happy that it's so wholesome. It's good that OP was able to complete his task list, but hopefully next time he'll realize when he doesn't complete all 6 tasks in order. So let me know what you folks think. Anyhow, take care and good luck, OP. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a jovial Bob sign joke.
Why did the 2 Cyclops get into a fight?
Because they were trying to steal each other's eye so that they could not be a Cyclops anymore.
It's a good answer, but because they couldn't see eye to eye.
Oh, well, was one shorter than the other?
I mean, I'm guessing so.
I guess this would have to be the case, because it would be pretty easy for Cyclopses to see eye to eye. It's literally the easiest thing for them to do. And I have Mega Mint.
And if you've been wanting to read my short story, The Doll, in Horoscope Volume 3, the ebook is free today and tomorrow. So Brian will post links in the description. In fact, the whole horoscope series, the first 3 books are free, and the paperback and hardcover options are 50% off for 2 days only.
Yeah, and an important note about that affiliate link, since that is an Amazon affiliate link, we will be getting paid for any purchases made through that. So I'll post a link. I forgot to do so yesterday, but hopefully my memory won't fail me today. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Friday! We made it to the end of the week, but maybe it wasn't such a long week for many of us. And folks, don't forget, we have a live stream today at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I've already posted a link to it in the comments section of the community section of my YouTube, so be sure to check that out. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please, have it in 5 words or less.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's moral advice so much as just useful advice. Double check your task list.
Double check your task list. I like it. I like it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.